The most mind-blowing coincidences in history. Life is full of strange twists, but sometimes, reality is way weirder than fiction. Have you ever thought about a friend, only for them to text you at that exact moment? Or found yourself in the same random place as someone you haven't seen in years? Coincidences are like the universe winking at us. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes eerie, and sometimes they make you question everything. Let's dive into some of the most bizarre coincidences in history. The Titanic's eerie prediction. In 1898, a book called Futility told the story of a ship named Titan that hit an iceberg and sank. 14 years later, the Titanic disaster happened in almost the exact same way. Lincoln and Kennedy's strange parallels. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy had many eerie similarities. Both were assassinated on a Friday. Both had vice presidents named Johnson. Lincoln had a secretary named Kennedy. Kennedy had a secretary named Lincoln. The twin brothers with identical lives. In Ohio, twin brothers separated at birth were both named James, married women named Linda, had sons named James Allan, divorced, then remarried women named Betty, all before they even met each other. The unlucky taxi. In 1975, in Bermuda, a man riding a moped was hit and killed by a taxi. 1 year later, his twin brother was riding the same moped, was hit by the same taxi driver, carrying the same passenger, on the same street. Mark Twain predicted his death. Mark Twain was born in 1835, the same year Halley's Comet passed Earth. He once said, "I came in with Halley's Comet, and I expect to go out with it." Sure enough, he died in 1910, the next time the comet appeared. The coincidence that saved Napoleon. As a young soldier, Napoleon forgot his sword at home and went back for it. When he returned, the men he had been marching with had all been killed in an ambush. The bullet that took years to hit. In 1893, Henry Ziegland broke up with his girlfriend. Heartbroken, she took her life. Her brother tried to shoot Ziegland but missed, and the bullet got stuck in a tree. Years later, Ziegland was cutting that same tree down when the bullet dislodged, and killed him. The baby that fell twice. In the 1930s, a man named Joseph Figlock was walking down the street when a baby fell from a window and landed on him. Both survived. 1 year later, the same baby fell from the same window onto him again. Edgar Allan Poe's time-traveling story. Poe's novel The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym, 1838, described 4 shipwreck survivors who resorted to cannibalism and ate a cabin boy named Richard Parker. 46 years later, a real shipwreck occurred, and the crew ate a real cabin boy, also named Richard Parker. A stranger helped save his own future grandson. In 1920, a woman in Detroit was about to drown when a man saved her life. Years later, that same woman saved a drowning boy. That boy grew up to be the son of the man who had saved her. A novel that found its owner. In a used bookstore, a woman picked up an old book and was shocked to see her own name written inside. It turned out to be the same book she had owned years ago but had lost while traveling. The Curse of the Hoover Dam. The first man to die during the construction of the Hoover Dam was George Tierney in 1922. The last man to die on the project was his son, who died on the exact same day, 14 years later. The lottery ticket that was meant to be a Canadian woman lost her lottery ticket, only to find it weeks later in an old coat pocket. When she checked the numbers, she realized it was a multi-million-dollar winner. Some coincidences are fun, some are eerie, and some seem too strange to be real. Whether they're pure chance or a sign that the universe has a sense of humor, one thing's for sure, reality is often stranger than fiction. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe for more.